The sun rose gently over Lagos, spreading warm gold across the busy street. Cars honked, people rushed, and life moved fast as usual. But inside the beautiful White House in Ikeja, happiness was dancing like a proud peacock. Today was Kemi's wedding day. Kemi, a bright and gentle Yoruba lady of 27, stood before her mirror, smiling shyly. Her white gown shone like morning light. Her heartbeat was full of excitement. Her best friend, Tenny, stood beside her, helping her adjust her veil. Tenny smiled, but something about the smile felt strange. Too stiff, too forced. But Kemi didn't notice. Why? Because today was supposed to be perfect. Kemi whispered softly, Tenny, I can't believe I am finally getting married to Femi. Tenny nodded. The smile was still shaking on her lips. Not true. But deep inside her heart, a storm was growing. Outside the room, Kemi's mother danced happily. My Kemi, today will be sweet. Everyone expected a joyful day, a blessed day. No one knew that this same day would break Kemi's heart in a way she never imagined. As Kemi lifted her bouquet, a strange feeling touched her chest, like a whisper warning her. But she shook it away. Today was her day, or so she thought. In another part of Lagos, Femi, the groom, handsome, well-spoken, and deeply loved by Kemi, stood inside the suite, staring at his phone. His best man knocked. Guy, you ready? But Femi didn't answer, because on his phone was a message from Tenny, a message that read, Before you marry her, there is something you must know. Meet me. It's urgent. His hand shook. His heart raced. What is she saying? He whispered. The best man frowned. Bro, na wedding day. Why you dey shake like leaf? But Femi was already walking out. Something in Tenny's message pulled him. Fear, curiosity, guilt. He didn't know. Meanwhile, Kemi's father received a call. His face changed. Kilo Shele, Kemi's mother asked. He swallowed hard. They said, Femi is missing. Missing? The mother screamed. The whole house became silent. Guests looked confused. The music stopped. Even the air felt heavy. Kemi's eyes widened. What do you mean he is missing? Her father touched her shoulder gently. Her breath grew shallow. Her perfect day started breaking apart. Outside, the wedding guests whispered, wetin dey happen? Is this a movie? Where Groom go? But no one suspected that Tenny, the sweet best friend, was at the center of everything. Tenny sat in a quiet, hidden garden behind the hotel in Ikeja. Her fingers tapped nervously on her lap. She kept looking left and right. The moment she saw Femi approaching, she stood up quickly. Tenny, what is going on? Kemi is waiting for me at the wedding. Tenny's eyes filled with fake tears. It's Kemi. She lied to you. Lied? Femi stepped closer, confused. Tenny nodded slowly. Yes, she is hiding something big. Something that will destroy your future. Femi rubbed his forehead. What are you talking about? Tenny stepped closer, her voice gentle like a trap. She doesn't really love you. She is marrying you because of your money. I heard her telling someone yesterday. Femi froze. Tenny continued, voice trembling. I didn't want to tell you because you will think I am jealous. Femi's chest tightened. That doesn't sound like Kemi. She is not that kind of person. Tenny placed her hand on his arm. Femi, believe me, I am your friend. I care for you more than she ever did. Femi stared at her hand, then at her face. Something felt wrong, but he couldn't place it. Tenny, why today? Why are you telling me now? Tenny looked away, pretending to cry harder. Because I love you. Femi stepped back, shocked. She continued, I have loved you for years, but Kemi took you. And today, I can't let you make the biggest mistake of your life. Femi's hand shook. Tenny, you are confused. But before he could say more, she grabbed his hand tightly. Don't marry her. Marry me instead. At that exact moment, Kemi's family was searching everywhere for him. And Kemi, still in her gown, whispered to herself, Femi, please, don't leave me. The wedding hall was filled with bright colors, smiling guests, and the smell of jollof rice drifting from the catering section. Everyone was dressed beautifully. The band was already warming up their instruments. But Kemi sat alone in the bridal room, her hand shaking around her bouquet. Her mother walked in quickly, trying to hide her fear. Kemi, my daughter, relax. Maybe he is stuck in traffic. Traffic? Kemi whispered. Mommy, Lagos traffic cannot swallow somebody. Something is wrong. Her mother sat beside her and held her close. Kemi's voice trembled. Mommy, did he change his mind? Her mother quickly wiped the tears forming in her eyes. No, my child, Femi loves you. Nothing will happen. But even she didn't believe her own words. Outside, the guests were whispering loudly. Where Groom dey? Is he running away? Ha! God forbid bad thing no. Kemi's father stormed into the room. Kemi, the best man said Femi left the house. He drove out before anybody could stop him. Kemi's chest tightened like rope. Drove out? To where? No answer. The whole room felt heavy, almost suffocating. Suddenly, Kemi stood up. No, I will not sit here and cry. I must find him. Something is wrong. Femi is not like that. Her mother held her. Kemi, calm down. But Kemi was already walking out, gown sweeping across the floor like a wounded queen. Tenny, she called out. Where is Tenny? She was with me this morning. No one could find her. Kemi froze. Her heartbeat slowed, then speed up again. Something was off, something big, and she was about to discover the first shadow of betrayal. Kemi entered her father's car, gown still glowing but her eyes red with worry. Daddy, please drive. I need to check Femi's house. Her father nodded, even though he looked terribly worried. As they drove through Ikeja Street, Kemi stepped outside the window. She whispered softly, Femi, please, don't do this to me. Her phone buzzed. A message that almost made her heart stop. From an unknown number. If you want to know where your groom is, come to Harmony Garden Hotel. Kemi gasped loudly. Daddy, please turn around. Let's go to Harmony Garden Hotel. Her father narrowed his eyes. Kilo Shele, who sent the message? I don't know, Kemi breathed, but I have to go. Her father turned the car sharply and headed toward the hotel. Meanwhile, Tenny sat in the hotel garden, pretending to cry while holding Femi's hand tightly. Femi, don't go back. She doesn't deserve you. Femi pulled his hand away gently. Tenny, I think you are misunderstanding things. No, Femi, she whispered. You are the one misunderstanding love. As Femi tried to stand, she grabbed him again. Just stay with me, even if it's for one day. Femi frowned. Tenny, this is wrong. I came here because you said something urgent, but I must return to the wedding. Tenny's eyes darkened, not with sadness, but with anger. You won't marry her, she whispered under her breath. At that exact moment, Kemi's father's car entered the hotel compound. The truth was coming, like a storm climbing the sky. Kemi stepped out of the car slowly, her white gown brushing the ground. She looked like a lost angel in a world suddenly turned dark. Her father walked beside her, determined to protect her. They entered the quiet garden and Kemi stopped. Her breath disappeared, her knees weakened, because right in front of her, Tenny was sitting beside Femi, holding his hands. Kemi felt something inside her chest break loudly, like a bottle shattering on the floor. Tenny, she whispered, voice shaking. Tenny, what are you doing here? Tenny stood up quickly, pretending to be shocked. Kemi, why are you here? Kemi's father frowned deeply. Tenny, why is the groom here with you when he should be at the wedding? Kemi looked at Femi with eyes full of pain. Femi, why? Why did you leave without saying anything? Femi stood, trying to explain. Kemi, it's not what you think. Tenny said she needed to tell me something important. Important? Kemi whispered. What is more important than our wedding? Tenny stepped forward. Kemi, I did it for you. I wanted Femi to know the truth before he marries you. What truth? Kemi asked, voice shaking. Tenny swallowed hard, then lied again. I told him you are using him for his money. Kemi gasped so loudly the birds in the garden scattered. Me? Tenny, how can you say that? Me, your best friend? Tenny folded her arms, pretending to be bold. Kemi, don't pretend. I heard you talking yesterday. Kemi shook her head, tears falling freely. Tenny, why? Her father glared at Tenny. You are lying. I know my daughter. But Tenny wasn't done. She looked at Femi, voice soft like poison. Femi, choose. Her lies all my honesty. Femi froze. His answer will change all their lives. The garden became silent. Even the leaves stopped moving, as if waiting for Femi's answer. Kemi stood there, tears dropping onto her wedding gown like a small raindrops. Tenny stood proudly, chest lifted as if she had already won. Femi looked from Kemi to Tenny, back to Kemi. His mind was spinning like a Lagos traffic cycle. Tenny, he finally said, I think you misunderstood something. Tenny's smile disappeared. Femi continued softly, I came here to hear you out, but Kemi has never lied to me. Kemi gasped with relief, but before she could step closer, Tenny quickly grabbed Femi's arm. Femi, don't be fooled. She doesn't love you. I am the one who has always been there for you. Femi gently removed her hand. Tenny, friendship does not mean ownership. Tenny's face hardened. Her voice dropped to a cold whisper. So you choose her? Femi nodded. Tenny clenched her fist. Her eyes burned with jealousy. Femi, you will regret this, she eased quietly. She ran out of the garden, pushing flowers aside as she disappeared. Femi collapsed into Femi's arm, sobbing. Why? Femi, why did you even come here? Femi held her tightly. Because I wanted to be sure. I didn't want anything hidden between us. Her father sighed heavily. This wedding has already been shaken, but love still stands. Kemi wiped her tears. Let go, before something else happened. But little did they know, something else was already waiting. Kemi and Femi returned to the wedding hall. But the moment they walked in, all the guests turned and stared like they were watching a Nollywood movies. Whispers filled the whole room. Ah, they have come. Where them go? See bright eyes. She don't cry tire. Kemi tried to smile, but her lips trembled. Her aunties ran towards her. Kemi, we were beginning to fear. Oh, what happened? Kemi forced a smile. Nothing. Everything is fine. But one old woman in the crowd shouted loudly. Lie! Something happened. I can smell wahala from here. Femi squeezed Kemi's hand gently. Kemi, ignore them. Let's focus on our vows. They walked forward together, but as they reached the front, Tenny walked in. Her makeup was ruined from crying, but her eyes were sharp like a tiger's. The guests gasped. Ah, now the best friend be that oh. Okay, something is about to scatter here today. Tenny didn't walk. She stomped forward, pushing people out of the way. All eyes were on her. Kemi whispered, heart thumping. Femi, what is she doing here? Femi shook his head. I don't know, but let me handle it. But Tenny no longer wanted to be handled. She wanted to destroy. Just as the pastor lifted the microphone to begin the vows, Tenny marched to the center of the hall. The whole place froze. The pastor dropped his Bible. The choir forgot their song. Children stopped chewing their chin-chin. Tenny shouted, this wedding must not continue. The hall exploded with noise. Ha! Why? What is this madness? Kemi's mother stepped forward angrily. Tenny, what is wrong with you? This is not the place. But Tenny pointed at Kemi. She betrayed me. The hall went silent again. Kemi held her chest. I betrayed you? Tenny, how? Tenny's voice cracked with pain. You knew I loved Femi, but you took him from me. The guests gasped. Femi stepped forward. Tenny, you never told me you loved him. You never showed it. I showed it in my heart, Tenny shouted. Which heart? Someone whispered from the crowd. Tenny wiped tears from her face and screamed, If I can't have him, you will not have him too. The hall erupted into chaos. Before anyone could stop her, Tenny grabbed the wedding ring box off the table and ran. Kemi screamed, Tenny, please don't do this. But Tenny had already reached the exit. The wedding was now officially ruined. Kemi ran out of the hall, her long gown flying behind her like a wounded bird. Femi and her father followed quickly. Tenny, stop! Kemi cried. But Tenny kept running, stumbling over her shoes, tears falling, anger burning. She climbed into a taxi and shouted, Driver, move! Anywhere, just move! The taxi sped off. Kemi stood in the street, fainting heavily. Her father held her shoulders. Kemi, calm down. How can I calm down? She cried. She took the rings. Without the rings, we cannot marry. Femi wiped sweat from his forehead. I will get the rings back, I promise. But where was Tenny going? No one knew, except Tenny herself. She held the ring box tightly and whispered, If I destroy this ring, the wedding will never happen. Her heart was hurting, but jealousy had already blinded her completely. Back in the hall, guests were leaving. This wedding don't scatter. Now wow. But Kemi refused to give up. No matter what, I will not let today end like this. She didn't know that the day was only beginning. Kemi insisted a search for Tenny. Where will she go? Femi asked. Kemi wiped her tears. She will go to the place she always hides when she is angry. Femi raised a brow. And where is that? Kemi sighed deeply. Third Mainland Bridge. Femi blinked. That dangerous place? Yes, Kemi whispered. But Tenny often sits there to cry when life becomes too hard. They rushed into the car. As they drove, Kemi stared out the window, heart heavy. How did we reach this point? Tenny was like a sister to me. Femi held her hand. We will fix this, but we must reach her before she does something dangerous. Meanwhile, Tenny stood on the bridge, holding the rings over the water. Her tears dropped into the lagoon below. Don't forget to subscribe, likes, and comment. See you on the next episode. Bye for now.